This is a super fast striking glass. If you work quickly, this can be a really good glass for you. If you work slowly, then it has a tendency to overstrike, but like all my other glasses, it can be reheated and the striking sequence can start all over again. Be started all over again. I'll try and do just a real simple round bead to show how varying the heating will vary the color. At this point, you can see the glass is cooling. It's getting dark. The color's changing. And what I'll do is let that cool a little bit more, and then just blast a couple of spots using an oxidizing flame. Just a quick couple of shots. And you see it turns blue almost immediately. Now right in the center of those spots, you see there, that's where it got hottest. It goes to amber, but the transition zone between the cool part and the hot part stays blue. So I'll give that, give the whole bead a light heating to strike it. And you see now it has pretty much all turned blue. You can still see the delineations where it was where I spot heated. And this part, it actually looks pretty good, but I'll give a little blast of heat there. It doesn't take much. To try and change things. That's gone a bit beyond the point I like and gone to a more pastel-y blue. Now this side, you see a transition between way overstruck, which is down the cream color near the mandrel, then it transitions to an amber, then a purple, then the blue, and then back up here to an amber, which I will then heat, and we'll see what we can get out of that. This particular glass also gives really good streaky surface effects. It has a lot of silver in it, which is part of the reason it strikes so quickly. But it's also part of the reason those surface effects show up so easily. The silver comes to the surface. Get the whole thing hot. That will probably overstrike it, but I may have also got parts of it hot enough to reset the color, so it'll go back to amber when I give it another warming. This time I'm just gonna breeze once again Yeah, there it goes back to amber, which is pretty much the starting spot for the color striking. Let's see if I can get the amber to change to a dark blue, I hope. Doesn't always work. At least not the way I expect. As what's happening, not surprisingly, is that the lighter blue now, as it gets heated, is overstriking to a pale, milky blue, which isn't a bad color, but it's not what I'm looking for right now. And now, just for fun, I'm going to add some, on round beads in particular. This can give a nice effect. Putting a row of dots on the sides and then melting them in and striking. Round beads tend to be tougher to strike than longer ones because it's hard to vary the heat as much on a smaller space like the round bead. So adding the dots like this can have essentially the same effect. The glass that was underneath, when I added those dots, will strike to a different degree than the dots themselves when I reheat this. And unfortunately, I'm working out in the backyard, on the back porch, and the sun, it looks like now, is starting to dip behind the trees, so the colors may not be as apparent. I'm not sure if my camera will compensate for that or not. But there, I've let it cool, given it just a quick light heating. And as it cools again, I'm not sure how well it shows on camera, but I can see the design where the dots were added. Once again, a quick, don't get too wild with this one. Some of the other glasses you can heat more, but because this one strikes so quickly, you have to try and get in and out of the flame pretty quickly so as not to overstrike it. I'm just trying to determine how much heat that needs to get the effect I want. Heat one edge. Once again, you see parts of it turning amber, and then purple. This one strikes so quickly, it's, I guess I could probably call it a self-striking glass. and has kind of a dragon or snakeskin pattern. Different colors on different sides of the bead, and I'm going to call that done. I kind of like that look. Give it one very, very slight brief heating just to make sure everything is heated evenly before I put it away. I batch anneal, so I put my beads in fiber fracks to cool down before I put them in the oven for annealing.